Hedera Hbar will be a top 5 crypto. Now, this isn't just any number that I've pulled out, but this has been said by one of the UK's largest active asset management companies. We're going to take a look at that, as well as how Hedera Hbar is going to be able to tokenize $1 billion real estate. We have another use case, and I'm going to show you snippets of that video so we can see how we are able to benefit that industry. And Karate token is up this week as well, so we are going to take a look at that. And of course, the price action for Hbar today. All I ask from you are two things, which is to smash that like button and to subscribe to the channel as well. So the first bit of news that you will want to see is the fact that there was an interview a while ago now, and this was with Abedine. Now, if you don't already know, Abedine is within the Global Governing Council board of Hedera, and they are one of the companies that have chosen Hedera. And it says over here, don't ever forget that one of the smartest people at the single largest active investment fund in the UK has said Hedera will be a top 5 crypto. Let's take a look at this.
Is Hedera a top 30, top 20, top 10, top 5? Where do you see it? Where's its natural home once everything settles?
I think it's a top 5. I mean, we wouldn't have gone with Hedera if we didn't genuinely believe it was going to be one of the winners, and I think it's setting itself up really well for that.
And if we just have a look at the investment company itself, you can see over here that their revenue is 1.5 billion. But not only that, the assets under management is 376 billion pounds, and that was back in 2022. So I'm assuming that will only grow this year and it will be a bigger number. And they have decided to be using Hedera, and they think that it will be a top 5 crypto, and that is why Hedera Hbar is, in my opinion, undervalued. He said there that he wouldn't be using Hedera if they didn't believe it. They have a lot of assets under management, and this just goes to show that we have some credibility when it comes to Hedera. And with Abedine, we also have some more evidence. In a recent article, it says over here that with Hedera, Abedine is preparing for a future where investors buy and take custody of their tokenized assets and can trade across multiple platforms. For fans of real world asset tokenization, the good news is that 2023 was just a precursor for what's to come. And this was written by Duncan Moore, so he is at Abedine, and he states out all the reasons why we need to be moving to the public blockchain. And the biggest reason for that is the fact that you will be able to easily transfer assets across multiple platforms, and it's basically a no-brainer. So we've got Abedine essentially backing Hedera, and this goes to show that we are basically the underdogs. I definitely think that tokenization is going to be a big one for us. And if we get into the next piece of news, you'll see over here that the Hbar Foundation has tweeted out that one more time for the people at the back, the Hedera token service was built to bring real-world assets on chain, and that's why the team at Red Swan, so they are a marketplace with tokenized commercial real estate, has begun to tokenize its multi-billion-dollar real estate portfolio on Hedera. We're going to take a look at some of the things that they said and why they have decided to choose tokenization and what the benefits are too.
Far better in terms of efficiency, transactional efficiency, but also in the case of real estate, liquidity factors. So I think people, given the option to be able to invest in real estate, which is typically an illiquid asset, if you're able to invest in a version of real estate that allows you to have liquidity, whether or not the asset becomes sold, is definitely something that people were going to say, yes, I want that option, as opposed to being trapped for who knows how long it might take to be able to get your money out. So that by itself, I think, is a major winner for the investment industry. But the efficiencies to be able to buy something without going through numerous intermediaries and paying all the additional costs, I think this provides a big savings for the investor as well.
And this is what Hedera will be able to provide. As we know, with the real estate industry, it is not as liquid. And even that in this economy, it's not as liquid as it once used to be because of the fact that not many people are buying up real estate. And so it goes to show that when you tokenize assets, you will be able to buy a proportion of that real estate with the tokens that you purchase. And those tokens essentially represent a certain percentage that you hold of the property. And in addition to that, we are eliminating the intermediary costs that come with selling the asset as well. But when it comes to tokenizing it, you essentially get rid of those intermediaries, and so you don't need the middleman. Therefore, you are able to take out unnecessary and large costs as well.
Who need capital to recapitalize their stack of equity, so they can pull out some equity rather than sell the property in a time that's not profitable. Like right now is not a good time. It's not appropriate. We're seeing owners who are saying, hey, I want to tokenize my asset, I want to tokenize my debt, I'd like to release some of the equity that's trapped in my asset right now. And Red Swan provides a great solution for that, because now if they have a $100 million asset with $50 million worth of debt, that's $50 million of their equity that's trapped in this property. The only option before would be sell the property to release all their equity, but then they don't have that goose that lays the golden eggs anymore. This way, they can recapitalize, say, $40 million of that equity and be able to now still maintain the asset and ride the value back up. So in cases like we're seeing today where cash is very difficult, this is a very, very good tool for sellers to take advantage of.
And again, that is a difficulty when it comes to real estate. In order to get your equity back, you essentially have to sell the property. And once you sell the property, you don't have that asset anymore. But that's the exchange that you have to do in order to get the cash. Whereas with tokenization, you can essentially hold on to the property, but you are able to tokenize the asset. And so you will be able to release the equity.
Diversify their investments into other types of alternative investments. These are going to be the buyers who are jumping all over digital real estate because it gives them the best of all worlds. They get the anchor of very strong and low risk real estate with a decent yield, but they also get that liquidity opportunity. So if they want to get out of it, they can, rather than have to wait a long time for an exit. So I think you're going to find a lot of people who have digital wallets right now, who've been currently holding on to a lot of and hodling a lot of cryptocurrency, are going to start diversifying. We're also seeing institutional companies that we're talking to who are very keen on converting a certain percentage of their assets under management to be digital assets under management.
See, guys, the institutions are now looking at digital ways, and we know that when it comes to real estate, it's much easier when it's digital compared to non-digital. So institutions are also getting into this idea of tokenization, and they're wanting to see how they can tokenize real world assets. So it's great that Red Swan are now partnering with Hedera's token service. And when it comes to real estate, we know that we can see the portfolio in the millions and billions range, and so I believe that Hedera will be able to take great advantage of that. So the other bit of news that we have is Karate. So Karate token is now up by 38% this week, and you can see the charts over here. On December the 27th, it was trading at 0.00277, and on this month it was actually up by 95%, so a great performance for Karate. And Karate Compact is one of the most innovative dApps in all of Web3, combining crypto and Karate in a gamified smartphone app. I believe that Web3 is also going to be another big point of the future. These Web3 ecosystem applications that Hedera has been able to bring in its portfolio only goes to show that Hedera is at the forefront of Web3. And Karate Combat is great because it's in the sports league, and essentially what it means is that your Karate token holders will be able to earn additional tokens for being able to predict the winners of the match, and that is all utilized on the Hedera network. So Hedera has some great Web3 applications, and it's only going to be growing even further. Before we have a look at the price action for today, I just want to show you this tweet that we have from Kabila, and we do have a tutorial. I'm not going to play the whole of the video, but it says over here, learn how to NFT on Hedera. So with the Hedera network, creators can also mint, launch and manage NFT collections within the Kabila Academy as well. Web3 is the future, as I've already said before, and a lot of people will be wanting to create their NFTs, and I'm just going to show you the final product of the NFTs that they've been able to create. On this tutorial, you'll see over here some of the collections that they do have. So again, another one in the bag for Hedera. Now let's have a look at the price action for today. For Hbar, we are currently trading at 0.09063. We are up by 0.84% on the 1-day chart. For the volume, we are down by 29.72%, but we are trading at $69.4 million. So in the earlier hours of the morning for today, we were trading at 0.08875. The lowest that we went to for the day was 0.08805, and you'll see over here that we have slowly climbed up, and for the high of the day we've been roughly at around about 0.09099. On the 7-day chart, we are up by 1.92%. Again, not as much price action. We were actually able to hit 9 cents quite a few times. We hit it 2 times here and again, but for Hedera Hbar, I definitely want to see it at the 10-cent mark. Again, I just want to reiterate to you guys that we have seen some massive gains in the past month. We are up by 50.73%, so we are up by double. Really good price momentum. We were at 0.06046 just in the beginning of December, so we have increased by 3 cents. We only have roughly 2 days now until the end of December, so it doesn't seem like as if we will be able to reach 10 cents. Let's see if it can hold this 9-cent level. Guys, if you want daily Hedera Hbar coin news, subscribe to the channel and like the video as well.